Hey everyone, and welcome back to How to Spend It. Today we are going to be talking about 15 assets that are making people rich. But before we get onto that, go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't already. It helps us out a lot and lets us know that we are helping to enrich lives out there. And without any further ado, let's get on to the video. Number 15. First mover advantage and proprietary business model. Being the first one to do something or create something allows you the ability to get a head start in earnings. By creating something before any others, this innovation is an asset. For example, with Apple, they were one of the firsts to create apps and games through their devices that were pay to play. No longer would people need to get travel games for long car rides if they didn't want to. Instead, they could have a match 3 game or breaking blocks game on their phone or electronic device. Another company that has seen the innovation of doing it first has been Netflix. When they first started, the idea was mailing DVDs out to consumers to rent them. Once they were done watching, they could send it back and order a new one. From there, they evolved to a wide-open streaming service of these DVDs and began creating Netflix original movies and DVDs that would only be available while streaming. We saw how the music industry went from purchasing physical cassette tapes to CDs to getting the full album digitally to now a streaming service like Spotify. The latest business endeavor like this has been Airbnb, where you can rent accommodation for short-term periods at a cost sometimes lower than local hotels. Number 14. Unique rights. There are some countries worldwide that provide special rights or allowances that can be considered an asset. For example, in the United States, there is the Indian gaming regulation for those with Native American heritage. This provides them with the rights to different gambling activities. This can include the need for special licenses or property needed to earn the money, both becoming assets for them. This also works for churches worldwide, as they are tax exempt, as are some fraternities at universities. These are treated like businesses, earning money to keep the building's upkeep and utilities running. Number 13. Royalties. When it comes to royalties, a television series is one of the best examples to understand how this works as an asset. Say you were to write something that a film studio finds and believes they can produce to the masses for viewing purposes. As they purchase the rights to produce, that is, the first earnings the asset has earned for you. Next comes the production of the piece, and for however long the series runs. This can be for 1, 5, or even 10 years. Once the series finale hits the television screens, one would think that this would be the final time your asset earned anything for you. You would be wrong, as there are shows that go into syndication. When the show or film goes into syndication, those who took part as part of the cast, as well as the creators, receive a percentage each time it airs or an episode is shown. It will continue to earn for you each and every time. Number 12. Books, songs, digital courses, information, or content. If you can do it once, you are golden. Once you've written the story, the lyrics, the course material, or any other content that might be beneficial to others, you are set for that particular asset to start selling it out to the masses. Books can be done now, not only in print form, but your publisher can also get it out there on the internet for e-book platforms such as Kindle. This allows readers to access it without the worry of carrying the paperback while traveling. Don't forget music. Each time the song is played on radio, there is a fee that is paid to that artist for the music and lyrics. Take Mariah Carey, for example. Each year, she earns close to $500,000 for her Christmas anthem, All I Want for Christmas Is You, based on the number of times radio stations play it for the season. Number 11. Raw materials and commodities. When it comes to raw materials and commodities as an asset, the price for them often fluctuates based on what the market activity is. One of the smartest things to do when it comes to this is to buy when the numbers are low, and once they reach a high point you are comfortable with, you can sell them for a profit. Over the years, the price of gold has increased 278%. Other items that one can purchase low and sell high are watches or artwork. A smart piece of advice is to not invest in something that you don't know about. Before investing, it is best to research all that you can on what is included. Number 10. People. Companies are not the names that we see on buildings or merchandise. Companies are made up of people, and it is those people that by working together build a method for earnings to be made. All it takes is one person who works for the company to shift the direction they are heading in. An example of this is the shift in management from Steve Jobs at Apple to the former CEO of Pepsi, John Scully. When the change was made, the direction was altered drastically, almost putting the company into bankruptcy. Companies also look out to hire groups of people should they come up with ideas that will help benefit and push the earnings higher for all. If you're able to prove that you are irreplaceable, it will make it difficult to let you go should there need to be any layoffs. Number 9. Brand and goodwill. Almost everyone has been asked, where do you want to go for lunch? McDonald's or Burger King? When we hear either of the fast food joints, our minds think of either a Big Mac or a Whopper. The brand names are cemented in our mind, which is exactly what the owners have wanted. They know that the brand name will come to mind the minute you think about a burger, resulting in their growing profits. The same goes for goodwill. The idea of goodwill is that it sparks an emotional reaction, leading the customer base to go to them because of how well they are treated. If you go into one store and find that there is no one around to help, or when you do find someone, they have a sour attitude, it won't be somewhere you want to spend your money. On the other hand, if they happen to greet you with a smile, offer help, and answer questions when you inquire, it will create a warm, happy feeling, which will bring you back time and again. Number 8. Trademarks. Oftentimes you hear of an actor having a trademark smirk, one that they give to the cameras and the fans on red carpets. A different type of trademark is one that protects a symbol, such as a famous yellow set of arches or a checkmark swoosh on a piece of clothing. By having a trademark in place on the brand, or even a phrase, means that any time another person or company wishes to use the symbol or phrase, then they must pay for it. This could be in a film, music video, or even a television series. Number 7. Patents. While trademarks protect a symbol, a patent protects the item you create. It lists you as the creator and lays out in detail what is involved in the product. A patent isn't for just large items, such as, vehicles or machinery. It can also be used for small things, like toys. For example, the patent for the Slinky allowed the creator to earn $3 billion, and that was from a toy that goes down one step at a time. By having a patent in place, it means that others must pay you in order to use them. Should they not pay, then you can sue in a court of law. Number 6. Equipment. In many of our jobs out there, we need something in order to accomplish our work. While we may need a car to get to and from an office or job site, that is simply a liability, as we are using our money for gas and upkeep. Uber drivers, on the other hand, are able to view their cars as an asset, since they require one to pick up clients to drive them from point A to point B. Other examples of how items of equipment can be viewed as being an asset are tractors for farmers, so that they can get through the different crop seasons, and an office worker who has a laptop that allows them to work from home or during business trips. Number 5. Mutual and index funds. Many of the points found so far have been regarding items outside of a bank. Our next point regarding assets are those of mutual and index funds. This is when you are able to buy stock in all companies under one umbrella or in one basket. By having multiple companies to purchase stock, it allows your portfolio to have a diversified chance. When companies put together mutual and index funds, they are bringing together the best. For anyone who is seeking to make money, going this route is one way to help you make money faster than simply stocks. Number 4. Stocks. While mutual and index funds cover many different companies at once, you can purchase multiple stock in a single company. Owning multiple stocks in the company can sometimes mean you have a say in what happens to the company, as you would become a partial owner and earn from those stocks. As a reminder, you want to buy low and sell high to earn a profit on these. Many will often go to a stockbroker or even their bank for assistance on what they should and should not buy. Number 3. Bonds. Bonds are the type of asset that you can buy and leave tucked away in a closet or safe for however long you've purchased them without worry of value. The time frame on these can be anywhere from 1 month to 30 years. Once the end date has been reached on them, the principal amount is returned to the person who purchased it. As these are considered safe, they will not earn as much as stocks might, with the return yearly being around 3%. Bonds are usually issued through the government as investment for those who are starting out. Number 2. Real estate. Owning more than one property is a valuable asset to have in your earning portfolio, as there are several ways you can earn through renting. By renting out a property or space to another, it has very minimum work, except for making sure the maintenance is kept up to date. You can rent it out through residential, as an office building where a company uses the space to provide their product to their customers. Another way to do rentals is to go commercial, where there can be more than one company in a high-rise. Alternatively, real estate is a valuable asset through appreciation. It can come to be that an area has an increase in population and they need more homes to house them all. By providing that space, the appreciation and value goes up. Number 1. Cash. Our last asset to think of that will help make you rich is the time-old cold hard cash. By having a cash amount on hand, you're able to cash in on an opportunity should it pop up sooner than others who might need to cash in stocks or bonds. You can get higher returns on cash deals, and should you need it, there are some out there who do peer-to-peer lending. This means you provide others the amount they're asking in a loan and they pay it back with interest. Banks have under 1% on the cash deposits, while peer-to-peer can go anywhere from 7 to 15%. However, it is always wise to remember that if it is too good to be true, then it probably is. Well guys, that's it for this video. Click the links above to check out some of our other videos. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. We have many great videos coming up. See you in the next video.